To start language, we're going to start with choosing the correct word for the sentence. Remember, singular subjects go with singular verbs, plural subjects go with plural verbs. But remember, they have to match. Singular subject usually doesn't end in S, and a singular verb usually does. Plural subject usually ends in S, plural verb usually does not. And we also talked about some words the other day, accept and accept. Remember ACCEPT? A with the A is like, hey, we'll let you in. EXCEPT says like, oh, we're excluding you. Nope, everyone except you. And we talked about beside means, oh, you're by my side. Besides means, oh, plus or in addition to. We talked about affect and effect. How affect with the A means to influence, and it's a verb. Affect with an E, we're say the effect, and it's like a cause and effect. We have burst and bust. You always use burst to describe a balloon or something popping. If we say would have, should have, could have, it's could have, would have, should have. Using our helping verbs, it's not could have, would have, and should have. That, I mean, it sounds like that, but what you're doing is you're using your contraction apostrophe VE. That's the V, not of, OF. Now, when you have less and fewer, remember, less is things that you cannot count. Fewer, you can count them. Okay, fewer chickens, but less milk, because you can't really count milk. When you have off of or off, you have the choice. Just use off. You don't need both. And to and, if you're saying try, you wouldn't say try and do it because you're not trying and doing it. You're trying to do it. You're doing the one thing. Wait on or wait for. Remember, wait on means I'm serving. What can I get you? Maybe you did that for your mother yesterday. But wait for, this means we're like, come on. This is what my dad would do when he was sitting in the car and I was still not ready to leave the room. Okay, so you ready? Number one, she is or are going to the store. She is or are going to the store. It is, she is going to the store. Singular and singular. Number two, the birds in the tree does, do, sing loudly. The birds in the tree does or do sing loudly. Okay, ignore the prepositional phrase in the tree, and now you just have the subject of birds. Birds do sing loudly. It is do. Number three, Sarah and Sue was or were at home. Sarah and Sue was or were at home. It is Sarah and Sue were at home because you have a compound subject joined by an and, so that means there's more than one, so you have a plural verb. Sarah and Sue were. Here is or are 3 eggs in a nest. Here is or are 3 eggs in a nest. It is here are 3 eggs in a nest because here and there are never subjects, and so the subject is actually eggs, and it's eggs are, plural with a plural. Lie or lay on the couch. Are we resting or putting? We are resting, so it is lie, L-I-E. I am lying or laying my book down. Are we putting it or reclining it? We are putting our book down, so it is laying. Remember, if you have laying, you have an object. Lay, laying, laid, have laid. Lie, lying, lay, have lain. All right, number 9. The tree has lain or has laid there for many years. Is it the tree has lain or has laid there for many years? Is the tree resting or is the tree putting? The tree is resting and it is laying, like N for nap. Number 10, no one except John may come. Which except is it? No one except John may come. It is no one except EXCEPT because we're excluding everyone except John. Okay, number 11, I sit beside or besides her at school. I sit beside or besides her at school. It is I sit by her side, so it's I sit beside without the S. I sit beside her at school. Number 12, there are less or fewer jelly beans in the jar today. You can count jelly beans, so it is fewer. There are fewer. Okay, number 13, please wait on or wait for me by the door. Which one? is wait for me by the door because you're not serving me by the door. Number 14, your attitude will affect those around you. Is it affect with an A or affect with an E? Your attitude will affect. Think about it. Is it a subject or a verb? It's actually a verb, so it's going to be affect with an A. Okay, how did you do? There were 14 of those. Did you get most of those correct? I'm sure you did. You guys are smart. Now, here's our next lesson, and I like this. It's and its, and your and your. Okay, so you have it's and its, and your and your. Its, ITS, is a possessive pronoun, and its, IT apostrophe S, we learned a long time ago, is a contraction for it is. So, when you have to choose between its and it is, you have to fit in the words it is, and if it makes sense, then you're going to use the contraction IT apostrophe S. If it doesn't make sense, it's going to be the possessive ITS. Okay, I had the hardest time with this when I was younger, and then once I started doing that check of it is, if it makes sense, trying to put it is in there, that really helps so much. So, for example, listen to this sentence. The bird hurt its wing. Which one is it, ITS or IT apostrophe S? It would actually be the bird hurt its wing ITS because it does not make sense to use the contraction the bird hurt it is wing. The bird is not a wing. Okay, unless you're talking about chicken wings. Okay, next, it's or it's almost time for lunch. It's or it's almost time for lunch. Is it capital ITS or capital IT apostrophe S? Well, does it make sense to say it is almost time for lunch? It does, so we would use the contraction capital IT apostrophe S. All right, the same is true with your and your, which we will talk about in a second, which is funny because a lot of adults still struggle with your and your, and I noticed some of you do as well because I've seen some of your posts on Google Classroom, but it's something that adults struggle with too, so it's something very common, but it's something really easily fixed. So we'll go over that in a second. Now let's do it's and its. Number 1, think A. It's going to be a beautiful day. Apostrophe or no apostrophe? Apostrophe, because it would make sense to say it is going to be a beautiful day. Number 2, the bird built its nest in a tall tree. Apostrophe or no apostrophe? It is ITS, because you're not saying the bird built its nest. Number 3, trapdoor spider spins its web underground. ITS or IT apostrophe S? ITS, because it's just the spider spins its web. It's not a web. Number 4, the policeman said that it's going to be it's a long way to Dayton from here. You use the apostrophe here because it does make sense the contraction to say it is. So IT apostrophe S. Number 5, the hurricane left death and destruction in its path. Which one? It is not a path, so it is ITS. You can't say it is path, so it's ITS. How'd you do? Okay, think B. If it's correct, write correct. If not, write the correct spelling of its. The butterfly slowly came out of it is cocoon. That does not make sense. It is the butterfly came slowly out of its cocoon, ITS. Number 2, because it's very cold, our pond will probably freeze. Does it make sense to say that one? No, because it does make sense to say because it is very cold. So put in the blank, it's incorrect, so you're going to put IT apostrophe S. Number 3, the frog croaks, it is loudest at night and in hot, wet weather. The frog croaks, it is loudest at night. No, that does not make sense. It needs to be ITS, it's loudest. Number 4, when the alarm goes off, would it make sense to say it is time to get up? It would, so it's IT apostrophe S. You see in this? This is getting simple, I think. The teacher said, it is raining, and I'm just reading it as 2 words to help see if it makes sense or not. The teacher said, it is raining. We'll play a quiet games in our classroom today. That is actually correct, so you're going to put correct in the blank. Number 6, the piano is old and its keys stick. No, it's ITS. Number 7, the monkey swings itself from tree to tree with its tail. Is a monkey a tail? No, it's ITS. Put that in the blank. Number 8, the dog lay down for its afternoon nap. That is correct. It is not an afternoon nap, so that is correct. How'd you do? 8 out of 8? I hope so. All right, man, I got these. Bless me. Okay, we are on page 247. Page 247. And no, I do not have coronavirus. I just have allergies. And this weather, we had snow, we've had warm weather, we've had wind, we've had like this Dippin' Dot snow looking stuff. So my allergies have just been like all over the place. Okay, now we are looking at, whoa, sorry, bad smelling, hand sanitizer. Whoa. Okay, using your and your,